Two people are dead after what Cleveland police say is an apparent murder-suicide.
And neighbors say one of the victims is reportedly a woman with physical and mental challenges. News 5's Jordan Vandenberg live from the west side with the latest. Hey, Jordan.
Well, Cleveland police and the medical examiner's office were here on West 112th Street at a duplex behind me. It's kind of behind that tree there. It's in the 3600 block. And police say it started as a wellness check that turned into a murder-suicide investigation. West 112th Street is lined with trees, and for several hours today, it was lined with police cars too.
This is just very devastating.
Stacy didn't want her last name used, but she was the one who called police to request a wellness check that resulted in officers finding two bodies in the neighboring unit.
The tenant was supposed to have been out this past Friday. So there was no response. The dog was barking. He had a dog. And so we thought maybe he was just trying to hide in there or whatnot.
Stacy was away from home this week tending to her own death in the family, and when she returned, she says there were signs that immediately concerned her. The dog was barking, the mail was piling up, and there was a pungent smell coming from the unit next door.
The wall between our houses is so paper thin that you basically hear people walking and even smell their food cooking through the wall. And we heard no movement, no nothing whatsoever other than the dog barking when we would knock.
Cleveland police detectives went in and out of the unit, gathering evidence and taking crime scene photos before the bodies were removed this afternoon. While their identities have not been released, Stacy told police and News 5 that the two people living in that unit were a man and his adult daughter who had developmental disabilities. Stacy says rarely did they socialize with their fellow neighbors, especially after the man's mother, who also lived there, passed away.
She's been gone now for a year and a half, and I can understand her in that situation keeping him tied to the house, but after she passed, it didn't change at all. If anything, it got worse. Unless it was something necessary to speak to him about, I rarely spoke to him. But he was an extreme recluse. Other than to see him come back with groceries, he didn't leave the house.
Again, to reiterate, authorities have not released the names or the ages of the two people who died in that unit. But again, Cleveland police have also said that this is an apparent murder-suicide. Reporting live on the west side, Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.